Let's talk budget. No, we have to do it. Statistics show that 60% of Americans are flying blind without a budget. That's like playing a game on hard mode with no strategy guide. And guess what? This no-plan approach has the average American household sitting on a mountain of over $90,000 in debt. Today we're breaking down the 50-30-20 rule, a simple no-frills guide for getting your finances in check. Think of this like the ultimate cheat code for your finances. Whether you're saving up for that dream gaming setup or planning a road trip with your buddies, this is the money hack that you need. Actually,
surprise,
we're also going to weigh 8 additional budgeting plans in the second part of this video because
you smart.
So let's level up your financial game. The absence of a budget can lead to a chaotic financial life. Unexpected expenses turn into crises, and opportunities for growth are missed. It's not just about tracking expenses. It's a strategic tool for building a robust financial future. Budgeting empowers you to navigate through debt, save for milestones, and invest in your dreams. So whether you're a college student, a young professional, a family breadwinner, mastering the art of budgeting is key to financial stability and freedom. And that's exactly what we're diving into today. Let's explore 9 powerful budgeting methods that can transform your financial landscape. First up, today we're tackling the 50-30-20 budgeting rule. It's very important to understand, and I think a lot of people are going to find some value in this. This rule was popularized by Senator Elizabeth Warren in her book, All You're Worth, Ultimate Lifetime Money Plan. Well, it's been around for quite some time, and for the most part, it's a really helpful idea and tool that you can use in order to build wealth. So the first thing we need to do in order to use this rule of money is we need to calculate our post-tax income. So to do this, simply just look at your pay stub, look how much money is coming into your bank account after taxes. So you're probably going to be getting taxed before, so your employer is going to be withholding a certain amount of money for taxes. So if you're making $45,000 per year, you might only see $35,000 per year coming into your account. For example, the average effective federal tax rate for middle income earners is around 13% in 2023, according to the Tax Policy Center. So your take-home pay could be significantly different than your gross income. So the first thing that we need to understand here is that 50 stands for 50% of your money going towards your needs. Now this is a guideline. This isn't to say that this is exactly what you should be doing at the moment, but more so something that you should be shooting for and hoping to get your needs down to about 50% of your income. Now the truth is, if you're making $7.25 an hour, it might be very difficult to get your needs down to 50% of your after-tax income. So if you're making $15, $20, $30 an hour, it might be a little more possible to do this, depending on where you're living at the moment. But the idea here is that 50% of your income is going towards your needs. According to a 2023 report by the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, the average American spends approximately 33% of their income on housing alone. This demonstrates the challenge of keeping the total number under 50%. And I want very much to clarify what we mean when we say need. So we're talking about putting a roof over your head. We're not talking about the best school district in the country. We're not talking about a really nice condo somewhere. We're talking about something that gets a roof over your head. The next one, food. Look, some people spend a lot of money on food. We're not talking about restaurants. This is under the needs category. So it's foods such as groceries that are very important to survive. We obviously all need food. We all need shelter to survive, right? So these two are very important. Healthcare, this is something that regardless of your income, you should not be skimping on. Because the truth is, if we don't have good health, we're probably not going to be around for a very long time. So take good care of yourself. This absolutely goes in the needs category. Utilities, not getting your power shut off, not getting your water shut off, not getting evicted from your home. So these are all important things that are in the needs category. So also in there, we throw in minimum debt payments as a need as well. So when we say this, look, the problem is that you could have bought like maybe a TV with your credit card, but you have a minimum payment on this. Well, the TV is not a need, but paying the minimum payment on the debt is. So we do throw that into the needs category for this, and it is something that's very important. Going along with this, for the minimum debt payments, if you have student loans, you have a mortgage, all things like that are going to affect your credit score if you don't pay them. If you essentially default on the loan, it's very bad news for your credit score. You don't want to find yourself in that kind of position. So we're going to put that in the needs category also. So all of those things right here are going to be classified as needs. Try your best to get these things down. So we've talked about how to save money with housing. We've talked about how to save money with these other things as well as transportation. So now, according to the 50-30-20 rule, 30% of your income should be going towards wants. There's a very large difference between needs and wants. Hopefully we're clarifying that in this video. As far as wants go, look, clothing, I would classify that as a want. Now, obviously you shouldn't be running around downtown completely nude, just running through the streets. You're going to probably get arrested, right? You don't want to do that. But the truth is, clothing doesn't have to cost a lot of money. So for the most part, clothing, I would classify that as a want. You can budget maybe about $20 a month for the essentials of clothing, but the truth is you can get that down to a very low amount for the most part. The average person in the US spends around $1,866 on clothes annually per the Bureau of Economic Analysis. This is a good benchmark for categorizing clothing as a want. Now let's talk phones as well. This is something that's not necessarily going to keep you alive. It's not necessary to keep you off the streets. So therefore, phones and phone bills classified as a want. So for restaurants, okay, if you're going to have to eat, this is an obvious one. Definitely a want. It's not groceries. It's not paying for bread, rice, and beans.
Greens, potatoes, tomatoes, chicken, turkeys, rat.
So money for restaurants is definitely classified as a want. as well as entertainment and vacations. Now, it's not to say that you shouldn't be spending money on these. Like 30% of your income can go to this under this specific rule, the 50-30-20 rule. You can have a healthy balance with 30% of your income going to your wants, but keep in mind that little things can add up to a lot. If you add up all the small things you don't really need, bit by bit, they can chip away at your budget. For example, if you just moved into a new apartment, you might want a new bed frame, you might want a new mattress, some new furniture, you gotta get a couch. All these different things or wants are gonna slowly chip away at that 30%. But do an audit on yourself, track your budget and see how much money is going towards your wants right now versus how much is going towards your needs. All right, now let's talk about the final one here, which is going to be 20% for savings and investments. Now, the truth is I really like to flip these around. So for myself, I like to use 30% on my saving and income and 20% on my wants. So for 50% of your money, if you're making $30,000 per year, after taxes, you would want to save $15,000 of that. That would go towards your needs over the course of the year. Remember the definition of needs though. 30% of that $30,000 goes towards your wants, so $9,000. And then saving and investments, including your IRA, your 401k, your retirement accounts, all of these things are included under savings and investments. But if you can get to at least 20%, I would argue that you're likely in a much better financial position than most people today. The truth is, millennials are not anywhere near this percentage. Even if you're just putting a little bit of money into your 401k, or if you're at the point where you're maxing it out, the truth is that you're probably going to be in a much better financial position. A report by Fidelity Investments in 2023 suggests that individuals should save 15% of their income for retirement, including any employer match in a 401k. Obviously, we can't predict exactly what's going to happen in the stock market or in markets in general. For the most part, they do go up. Now, for debt repayment, we can put this into savings and investments because really, when you look at it, you should try to pay off your debt or invest. Think of those both really like something that's going to be beneficial for your finances overall. So we can put this in the same 20% category, as well as like an emergency fund or any things like that that help your overall financial health. In a perfect world, you want to have 6 months worth of an emergency fund that you can live off of. This will help you if you get laid off, if something happens, if you have to pay some very expensive medical bills. These are all incredibly important things that can happen. So that's the 50-30-20 rule. According to a 2023 Federal Reserve report, Americans with higher incomes above $100,000 save approximately 20 to 30% of their income, showing the feasibility of adjusting the 50-30-20 rule for higher earners. So what to do is, if you're making over $50,000 per year after taxes and you're not living in an expensive city like New York or San Francisco, I would try to really switch these numbers around and go for a 50-20-30 rule rather than a 50-30-20 rule. So take 20% for your wants and 30% for your saving and investments. And just this little tweak can quite literally shave off years off your projected retirement dates. So that instead of retiring at age 63 like the average American, you might be able to retire at age 55, maybe even 50 or earlier. But just remember overall, you do want to spend some money on your wants. Go on vacation sometimes. Make sure that you're buying things that you will enjoy. If you love playing music, go buy a guitar, okay? Don't deprive yourself of happiness in life. But do make sure that you use the rule to make sure your financial future is laid out. While the 50-30-20 rule is a popular budgeting starting point, today we're expanding our horizons. Here's 8 more budgeting tools that can help you navigate the seas of personal finance. Let's find the one that resonates with your financial journey. Zero-based budgeting is a method praised for its precision and requires assigning every dollar of your income to a specific expense, savings, or debt payment. This approach ensures meticulous control over finances and can be instrumental in preventing wasteful spending. It's particularly useful for those who have irregular incomes or are working towards aggressive financial goals. Next up is the envelope system, made famous by Dave Ramsey. It's a tangible method that helps curb overspending. By using physical cash for various categories, it creates a disciplined approach to spending and is excellent for those who struggle with impulse purchases. The next one is the pay yourself first budget, and it flips traditional budgeting on its head. By prioritizing saving and investments, you secure your financial future first. This approach is ideal for building emergency funds, retirement savings, and reaching long-term financial goals. It's also a favorite among financial advisors for its focus on wealth building. The 60% solution created by Richard Jenkins allocates a fixed 60% of your income to essentials, so it simplifies the budgeting process. The remaining 40% is split for various savings and personal spending, offering a balanced approach as well. It's suited for those who are seeking a straightforward yet flexible budgeting framework. Automatic budgeting is the tech-savvy saver's dreams. It leverages automatic transfers and bill payments to ensure financial commitments are met without fail. This method is great for those who value convenience and are prone to forget manual payments. It also helps in building a good credit score by ensuring timely bill payments. Kekeibo is a century-old Japanese budgeting practice, emphasizing mindfulness and spending. By writing down every expense, it fosters a deeper understanding of your spending habits. This method is ideal for those who seek a more reflective and intentional approach to their finances. Think of it like journaling, but for finances. Value-based budgeting aligns spending with personal values. Whether it's investing in education, travel, charitable giving, this method ensures that your money is going to where you believe it matters most. It's effective for those who seek to live a lifestyle congruent with their personal values and beliefs. The Anti-Budget by Paula Pant is for those who prefer simplicity. By saving a predetermined portion of income, you're free to spend the rest without tracking any expense. It's perfect for individuals who have a stable income and already have mastered the basic financial discipline. From detailed planning to simple saving strategies, these budgets offer diverse paths to financial well-being. Remember, the best budget is the one that you can stick to and aligns with your financial goals. If you're new here, make sure to hit the subscribe button. Thank you so much for your support. In the comments below, let's talk about budgeting, your strategies, your struggles, your successes. The best way to support this show is to watch another episode. Let's build wealth the smart way. Until next time, I'm Sid.